always start eating conveniently. Let me kill this fucking Tyrese.
Why do we fucking start?
Eating
like, every single
conveniently.
time. Do you have the break time thing ready?
Fuck that break time thing.
Hey guys, and welcome to episode 26 of Break Time. I'm Alex.
I am Eman.
And thank you for tuning in to this very San Antonio episode of Break Time.
San Antonio is fuck.
Yeah, that's because
San Antonio means Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, that's because I'm wearing a Spurs shirt. I haven't shaved like every other Mexican ever.
Yeah.
And
Eman
Eman is gay.
I knew you were gonna say that.
That's
bro.
San Antonio in a nutshell.
This man's roasting me because I got a hoop earring.
Yeah,
he's just mad because
I didn't realize it was still pierced.
Touch. Yeah, man.
Did it
You
stay?
know I still wear my other one.
Yeah, but like
that. You wear it?
Yeah, that one. But that one's just like, you know.
It's a culture shock, bro.
Yeah, it is. So, oh God, Eman, we've talked about this before, but you've taken a liking to dressing like you're a 90s grandpa.
90s grandpa?
And, or just, I don't even know what you're dressing as anymore right now, but like your closet. So I came in here today, and obviously, as you know, our studio is being remodeled. We can't use the New York set right now, so we've been shooting in Eman's room for the past 25 episodes, which is all of them. And anyway, but Eman on the table here, he had a stack of clothes because he went to go shop at Goodwill again.
Goodwill, Ross, Old Navy.
Okay.
He just heard Goodwill.
Lesser stores. Anyway, damn, I'm gonna take flack for that. Look at this bougie asshole. No, but it was just like a stack of ugly looking dad shirts that, I mean, they're not ugly, but they're
ugly as fuck, which is why I like them, man.
Okay.
It's just something about the damn shirts, dude. It's just history. It's something about them, man.
Do you like looking like someone threw up on you? And then the earring, the hoop earring.
Yeah,
oh,
dude.
My God.
What do you got going on, bro?
I'm wearing jeans, boots, and a Spurs shirt. I'm normal in these parts, Eman.
Fuck, dude, if it wasn't for Serena, dog, you'd still be rocking goddamn baggy daddies, probably some running shorts and the damn Captain America outfit.
I don't see what's wrong with that.
I do, man. Looking like an autistic 5th grader, bro.
Damn.
Come on, man. Look, I don't want to get on you, bro.
Terrible.
I want to get on you, man.
I don't endorse any of the things that he just said. Just saying.
You know it's all love.
Yeah.
Dude, I went to
I gotta be very careful about that.
Why?
Because of what I do, Eman.
Oh, why'd you bring it up?
I didn't. You're the one who you took it in that direction.
I know. It had nothing to do with your thing, bro.
But I have to say it. So just in case.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I need to make sure people know I don't endorse your stupid ass comments. Yeah. Idiot.
I'm sure you said, dude, this is 25 episode, 26? There's an hour plus each episode. I know we could dig at some really fucked up shit you said that would not. But anyway,
so
I went to a party this weekend, man.
I was about to ask you that too. I was about to go. What'd you do? But go ahead. You went to a party this weekend, and what?
I went to a party this weekend, and it was like the day before or the day of. I got this hoop earring, and I thought I was the shit because the only person I'd ever see wear a hoop earring.
You thought this was 2000? You're like, I got a hoop earring. I was going to a party. I'm the shit.
The only person I'd ever seen rocking a hoop earring.
To 50 Cent on the way.
50 Cent is the shit. I got his CD, man. Damn, maybe I'm just regressing in time, dude.
Listen to some Usher in the car.
I just said 50 Cent is the shit. I have his CD while rocking a polo that was popular in the 90s.
Yeah.
Rocking the hoop earring.
If I could just take that clip.
I'm just regressing, dude.
If I could just take that clip and edit out your smartphone sitting here, that would look like a 2001 clip.
Some archival footage, dude. No, but so
I'll put like a fuzz over it so it looks like it's
right.
on like an old
with the timestamp in the bottom right corner. But I went to that party the day before or that night. I can't recall. I got the hoop earring. I thought I was the shit, man, because it's all about originality when it comes to fashion. Just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to try to be as original as possible while still staying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, so the only person I'd ever see rock a hoop earring was my brother and my dad, like, way back in the day, man. Yeah, my dad used to rock a hoop earring, bro.
I know.
So I was like, yeah, man, I'm the shit.
I feel like I've seen your dad still wearing, like...
No, my dad doesn't wear earrings anymore.
He doesn't wear earrings? I feel like at one point I've seen him wear earrings. Am I wrong?
You've seen my dad wear a medieval costume. So earrings are probably not out of the question, dog.
Maybe.
I just can't even recall him wearing a hoop earring or an earring at all.
Wow, okay. I feel like I'd seen him. I don't know, but go ahead.
He hates the idea of it because he's just so old now. But went to the party, man. There's like a lot of motherfuckers rocking hoop earrings, dude.
Dang.
The small gold hoop earring, bro.
I think it's just, oh man. I think it's just, this is similar to when you get a new car.
Yeah.
Like every time you get a new car, or
Yeah.
you're with someone who has a new car,
Yeah.
all of a sudden you notice everyone
has a
who
new
has
car.
that car, and you're like, oh, everybody has my car.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
the same amount of people have the car. It's just now you're aware of it.
Yeah.
Now you're thinking about it.
Dude, and
that's
I'm ready
and
to
I think.
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, I was just gonna say to bounce off that real quick. Like I think that's also why, like, you know, like there was always like there's always dumb shit where it's like, oh, I started doing this, and then my friends started doing this, or everybody around me started doing this. No one's copying you.
No.
Just a certain amount of people were doing it, and then because you started doing it, you became aware of everybody else doing it.
Yeah.
And because you're so goddamn selfish,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, everyone's copying me. You know what I mean? So go ahead, whatever you were saying.
But I mean, like, you still not gonna find a lot of motherfuckers rocking hoop earring. All right, I'll say that.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a underground thing, my friend.
Okay.
But dog, man, it pisses me off, bro. I don't know if
bro. Bro, I'm the black version of that Despicable Me guy. Bro.
Look, dude, I don't know if it's my mannerisms or what, bro. But like a motherfucker could be rocking the same outfit and just totally look normal. But like I'll rock the same outfit, dude, and just look gay for some reason, bro.
That's just everything that you wear, Eman.
I don't know what the fuck it is.
There's
dude.
something about you.
Because you know I don't dress like too different from like my peers.
Other people,
you know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
If you take the clothes off of you and hang up what you're wearing next to what Isaac and Matt are wearing, it looks normal.
Yeah.
Everything looks normal, you know? But in context of your body and the way that you move and the way that you talk, I guess, you know,
maybe.
I think it's because, like let me put it this way, you have very great skin. You take care of yourself. Most guys do not, you know.
All I do is wash my fucking face in the morning.
That's
hey
all
man,
it takes,
black
dude.
don't crack. That could be.
That's all it takes. So, but
that's all it takes.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Oh man, we got all these wires here, like all willy nilly and shit, and your keys were here.
I was like straight, man. It gives it.
Oh, just throwing your shit. Anyway,
like fuck.
What?
The fucking laptop
fire. Oh shit.
Oh,
okay.
No.
Man. Eman, pull up the laptop fire. Pull up the laptop fire.
Let's not.
We gotta start over. No, I'm kidding.
Something felt off, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I felt like we were diving into this too soon.
So,
damn.
Well, you know, I felt the setup was too easy. I was like, like we missed something. Anyway, as you guys know, you long loyal fans of Break Time, we always have a laptop fire playing in the back. Eman picks out a laptop fire and he plays it. And
the same one.
Oh, it's always the same one. Sorry. Yeah. And this time we started and there was not a laptop fire.
Dude, the fucking.
Why don't you just type it in?
I was trying. It wouldn't work.
Anyway, but God, where was I? Shit.
Taking care of your skin, mannerisms.
Oh yeah. Well, I think it's just because you take care of yourself a little bit more, so you might. I mean, and maybe that's just the first thing I'm thinking of. But maybe that is why you might come off a certain way.
Yeah.
Because you take care of yourself a little bit more. Maybe you can be. You know, I don't know. I could just be totally. You might want to start it over.
Yeah.
I could just totally be talking out of my ass, but that's kind of what I think.
Dude, all we can do is speculate. There's no science to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like I think because it looks like you take care of yourself a little bit more, you are fashionable and all that, and just
kinda.
Yeah.
I shop at fucking Goodwill, dude.
Well, but the thing is that you're trying. You know, I'm not saying you're succeeding, but you're trying. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know, man. But there's always been something like. Just subtly gay about you.
Yeah. Nah, I'm not gonna fucking dude. I was the first to notice, man.
No, my mom every year. Is he mom gay yet?
Good lord.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not kidding. You told me when she says that
know.
shit. I know she says it. Everyone fucking says it, man.
And they were like, did he want to tell everybody yet? Okay.
They're like mad. This is kind of both of our thing, but there's like mad. We had mad gay rumors, bro, back in the day.
Remember we got pulled into the office that one year?
For what?
I remember that we were pulled to the side. Or were you not taken and I was taken?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
We had, I don't want to say her name, but there was a girl in middle school who was telling people that we were gay. Do you remember that?
It's kind of ringing a bell, man.
But we were in the office about it. Because you remember it. We were in the office.
Okay, go ahead. And what happened, man?
I just remember they were talking to us about it because they were trying to determine if we were gay and being too open about it or if we were being bullied. I remember that. And I'm thinking, I thought that, okay, so let me paint the whole picture.
Because I know we didn't joke. Like, we fucking...
Yeah.
Like, something about me and Alex, man, we just did not give a fuck about any kind of opinions from the get-go.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, like, if there's a gay rumor, like...
We're like, yeah!
Yeah, right. We'd fucking walk in like, school one morning
Holding
on some
hands
dumb
and
shit
shit.
just to fuck with people. Like, hey, bro, we
to
should fucking hold hands right now, bro. Just walk in. Like, we were like
Dude,
that. We were those guys, you know what I mean?
Dude. You pull down your pants, let me roll you in the back in front of everybody.
Dude, we did that.
So, anyway, the story is a girl that we went to school with. Do you remember the girl?
A few girls used to fuck with us.
So, this one girl in particular started telling a bunch of people that me and Eman were gay. And I don't exactly remember how, but, you know, and I thought I was crazy for a little bit, but I guess I'm not because Eman remembers it. Or somewhat remembers.
Yeah, man.
We ended...
Was it the vice principal that spoke to us?
It was I think it was Mr. Horton, which would have been the vice principal, I think.
Yes.
I just remember we ended up sitting in the vice principal's office, or in one of the principal's office, me and Eman right next to each other, with them talking to us about our gay relationship. And you know what? Back then, like I told Eman, I can't remember, but it was either like they were trying to figure out if we were being too open about our relationship or if we were being bullied and people were spreading rumors about us. I think that was probably mainly more what it was. That's
probably it. If we were like, I recall that. Like,
no, well, but I remember being asked,
is there somebody messing with you?
Well, I remember being asked, like, so is this like a real thing, or?
Yeah.
But I was thinking about this like a week or two ago. Now, if that were to happen today, that shit would not fly.
I was gonna say,
that
man,
school would get shut down.
I was gonna
say
that
would be on national news and all that.
You couldn't tell kids nowadays this shit, man. You
couldn't be like, hey, y'all be too open about your gay relationship. You couldn't.
And to a certain extent, that's a fair point, because PDA is PDA no matter which.
No, that's great.
PDA is PDA no matter if you're straight or gay. That's a slogan, dog. That's a fucking slogan, bro. But in that context, it's fine. But in 2017, like, that context would be overlooked immediately.
Oh yeah. It would just be. It would just be. Did you the CNN headline would be young Texas kids or young Texas. How would they put it? It would just say young Texans scrutinized
students
for gay relationship or something like that.
Like Texas students scrutinized for
two Texas students scrutinized for
being openly gay.
For being openly gay.
Openly gay.
Yes. But then what would actually be happening is two Texas students who are 13 years old
who are fucking in the cafeteria. Like,
that would get bypassed. But the point is that if anything remotely similar to that happened today, the school would get shut down. We'd be on the news,
and you would get the soundbite of Trump at some fucking press rally. Yeah. Good. I'm happy. Like,
I'm happy for him. Nobody knows more about the gays than I know about the gays. I'm gay. I've been gayer than any gay person ever. Just ask Jeff Goldblum. He knows.
I know the gays. They're good people. Kevin Spacey. The list goes on.
That's the best. I love
Kevin
that.
Spacey. The list goes on.
The list goes on.
Gets fucking notified. Ooh, a new one. Louis C.K.
Oh, dude, God.
It's every day, man.
Yeah, no, but yeah, so like, it's just a hilarious thing to think about.
What's up?
But I don't even know. Well, just that in general, like
us getting pulled in the office.
Yes, but then how
I'm so
like
mad,
if that happened
dude.
Today, like that would not, you know, like we're saying, that would not fly. But
I'm so mad that I can't recall that well, dude. Because I have faint memories of us sitting. I was sitting on the right side. You were sitting on the left side. Mr. Horton sitting there talking to us, hands on the desk. How he fucking does.
Yeah, but
it's just we did so much dumb shit.
I was about to say, because sometimes you'll remind me of shit that I don't remember, or Serena will remind me of shit that I don't remember, and then I'll kind of have to think about it. And 2 days later, I'll be like, "Oh, hey, we did that." Yeah. I'll be like, "Hey, I was there. I was the one who did it."
How crazy, brother! We could have like,
"Hey, brother,
there's an endless world to rediscover."
Sorry, go ahead.
Hey, okay, I'm sorry. We could have easily taken that school down, bro. If we were like that vindictive and it's 2017 and we're sensitive and shit.
Oh, we could have gone back.
We could have taken that school.
Oh, dude. We could still do it. Except now it's on camera. But no, we could totally go, like, with the way that today's world is, we can totally, like, tomorrow we can be on the news going, we had this experience and we didn't know how to come out about it, because at the time it wasn't like it is today.
Yeah.
And then we'd suddenly hold each other's hand and be like, but we want to tell kids now that it's not right. And then we get a book deal. We'd be on The View
and Ellen.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, we'd definitely be on Ellen.
On The View as well.
Oh yeah.
Call with that one.
Yeah. Raven's not on anymore, right?
I don't watch the fucking View.
Hope not. I don't want to be near Raven.
I know I look gay, but I don't. I used to get down with Oprah. Maybe that's why, bro. Too much Oprah.
Too much Oprah.
Too much Oprah. But that's fucking hilarious, man. That is some funny shit. But go ahead.
Nothing. I didn't have anything else about it. But yeah, no, we could totally do that. But that kind of leads us into one of the topics that we wanted to cover.
Yeah.
Because you started bringing up Kevin Spacey and stuff like that. So we were talking about, me and Mom were discussing a little before the podcast. I guess all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, well, it is, but how do I put it? The coming out, so to speak, of people pushing back. I'm sorry, allegedly, or pushing back at the alleged people who sexually abused them or assaulted them in some way within Hollywood, because obviously the Weinstein thing's been going on and a lot more stuff's been coming forward because of that. And it's just like a domino effect. Like every day it's a new thing, you know? Yeah. Like, you know, one day it's like, oh, Kevin Spacey did this. Now Kevin Spacey's gay. Okay. Oh, Charlie Sheen did that. Who's surprised? And then, oh, Louis C.K.
Who's surprised? You know?
Whoa. But, it's Charlie Sheen. Like,
I know, yeah.
But I remember the first one, and I think we talked about it when it happened. But the first one, not the first one, but the one that I remember hearing the most about because it affected the culture that I'm super into, being YouTube stuff, was Andy Signore with Honest Trailers. Remember we talked about that?
Yes.
Yeah. So that happened with him. They fired him. It was a whole big thing. Like, he's like a huge part of that company, of that YouTube.
Yeah, man. Dude built an empire.
Yeah. And he's just overnight just kicked out of it because of the...
And it's a wrap. He's gone to oblivion now.
He's not doing anything right now.
Fucking A, man.
Anyone who's being called out right now is just like, like not doing shit. Even wasn't Brett Ratner? Didn't they say something about Brett Ratner?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Brett Ratner. The guy who destroyed X-Men 3. He made X-Men 3 and nobody likes it. Let me see. But anyway, Brett Ratner is a director.
Okay. That
I follow, and he not follow because he makes good movies, but I believe something came out about him. Let me double check right now. But Eman it's been happening. So what were your kind of thoughts on the thing?
Oh man. You know, man, I don't even know. It's like, it's good. I'm very happy that, you know, people are feeling not even women, just people in general are feeling comfortable enough
to come out, because it's a big thing.
It's a fucking huge thing.
It'll end your career if you're accused of it,
right? And
it'll end your career if you're proven wrong. You know,
exactly. It's like, dangerous. Just the fact that you're associated with it. If your name comes up, it's a bad look, my friend. It's like these athletes who are accused of sexual assault, like college athletes. They can be found innocent like a year later, but still, just because they were dragged through the soil in that whole process, a lot of NFL teams, universities don't want shit to do with them anymore, and it just ruins their life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, sexual fucking assault ruins people's life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you want to proceed with caution, and you want to look at both sides, but you don't want to be insensitive almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, I get you. But just to because I had mentioned it, yes, Brett Ratner, studio assistant, files sexual harassment complaints against Brett Ratner.
I gotta do something. Go ahead.
As early as 2005, so that's been happening for a long time. But anyway, yeah. But Brett Ratner as well. That one was just done like this says that was yesterday.
Yeah, Brett Ratner.
Yeah, Brett Ratner. But yeah. Yeah, no, you're good.
It's probably too dark now.
I don't know. I can't tell. You want me to check real quick?
Go ahead, check.
You keep talking.
I need some blue light. I don't know, man. And then like it's getting to a point, man, where it's like people who you really fuck with, they're being accused, and you don't want to see them in that light. You know what I mean? It's just weird as shit.
That's the dangerous part, though.
It's just weird.
It can be dangerous in both ways, because the people who you've seen a certain way, you think are a certain way, and then all of a sudden they're accused. One of two things are going to happen. One, it's dangerous because you're going to say, "Hey, I'm not going to associate with you anymore. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Don't want to be around you."
Yeah.
But it's also dangerous to go like, "Hey, my man did nothing wrong. He's a great guy," you know, because you don't know. Like, that's the hardest part. And I also just think that, you know, it kind of brings to light how how people say that oh, these people who are rich, they don't want for anything, they don't have any issues. There are things that they deal with.
Fuck yeah.
You know, and this is just this is going to be the biggest thing that's coming out about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, one, you can no longer say like, oh, well, they don't have problems. They do have problems. You know, it's just very different. And it's just hard because a lot of these celebrities who are coming out, or a lot of the celebrities that are coming out and saying things about other celebrities, a lot of the assistants, the production folks who helped out with these people in some fashion, who are coming out and accusing these people, for them, it's got to be difficult because now they have to kind of come out and look like a dumbass a little bit, because that's how I would feel. Like if I'm coming out and I'm like, hey, like 5 years ago he did this to me. You know what I mean? Or they did this. But at the same time, you kind of can't fault them for waiting so long, because every single person's story is relatively the same. Like, hey, I was early in my career, this guy has a lot of power, or this person has a lot of power, I didn't want to be blacklisted, I didn't want to be told that I can't do this, I didn't want to end my career so early because of you know, me being the small fish in the big pond.
You know what a big problem is, man? Why we're even having this conversation? The problem is that we're so afraid, especially being us men. That just makes it easily very susceptible to this happening, where it's false accusations, and we've gone deep on that about false accusations on the podcast before. But just how scary it is. Being a man, you know that feeling. Well, you don't know the feeling, but you can imagine the feeling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so when you see another male in the situation, you kind of almost want to fucking sympathize. And then if he is actually doing it, then you're like, fuck that guy. But the problem is, like, when you want to sympathize, you want to do it because there's a possibility that they're being falsely accused, because it happens so often. So you have to proceed with caution. I think what we really should start doing, man, is fucking prosecuting people who falsely accuse men or just anybody in general of doing that shit.
I read a story about a guy. I can't remember. I might be. I could be getting this wrong a little bit, but I know for sure I've read the story about a guy who went to jail for a sexual assault in some fashion, and then it came out that it wasn't true. Yeah, dude, and he got released.
On and on. Yeah, and it really affects like the I don't want to tie it into race as I always do, right? But it really affects like the black community, man, because athletes, a lot of athletes, football players.
Just so we're clear, we're now bouncing from just the Weinstein type of stuff to now just more everyday stuff. How this is being dealt with. We're not saying that this stuff is okay for those people who are being brave and coming out and saying.
Yeah, I'm all for this shit, dude. I'm all for this shit, but like black athletes, dude, they go to college, universities, and they'll get in relationships with these like white chicks, dude, these gold digging white chicks, and they'll see an opportunity here to get some clout, get some money, or whatever the fuck, payback for being embarrassed or something, and they'll destroy these guys, and they'll falsely accuse them of rape or whatever the fuck. It happens every day, man. Yeah. And these kids, they're drugged through the whole judicial process, just drugged through the dirt, man. Just name just tarnished for nothing. A lot of the time, these dudes are fucking innocent, and the bitch will just get off.
Yeah, and she just walks away.
Oh, she walks away, dude. Yeah. I think only one time I've heard about of a chick actually being persecuted for it.
Yeah. Prosecuted, you mean?
Prosecuted, yes.
But I think it should literally be like when you bring that up, like, because right now it's so easy to falsely accuse people, like about that. So maybe, like, and I don't know. There's definitely some errors with what I'm about to say. There's definitely some ways you can play the system or whatever.
Of course.
But it should be something very similar to like, hey, you're alleging that he sexually harassed you at work, your boss, and he is saying that it's not true. So here is, just throwing out a number, here's 5 years in prison. One of you is going to get it. But it's going to like there has to be a thing. I know that's not a perfect process.
We're not going to find a solution right now.
No,
you know
you're not. You're not.
Go ahead, dude.
But I'm just saying, like, there needs to be something similar to where there is still, what's the word? There's still,
comeuppance?
No, accountability.
Residuals? Okay.
There's still accountability for the action of having that accusation.
Yeah.
So and that kind of brings, just because we're kind of talking about it, but that reminds me of the gun control thing. Because like everyone calls for gun control. They're like, gun control.
Yeah.
But there's no like easy solution, you know. It's not just like put a Band-Aid on it. I'm gonna get a little nerdy right here. I watched this show that I really like. It's called Arrow.
Yeah.
And it's about the Green Arrow.
Yeah.
You know, but in the show, it's a CW show, so it is kind of cheesy and all that. But there's an episode called Spectre of the Gun, and it's about the it's in season 5 of Arrow, and it's about the heroes dealing with a gunman that walks into City Hall and just blows people away.
Wow, they're keeping it current.
No, it was very, but actually, like, you know, if you were to watch that in context with what just happened at the church in Texas and all that, or just with the mass shootings, it's kind of freaky to watch. Like, see this guy come in and seeing it acted out, like he walks into City Hall and he's killing people, shooting people. Yeah. It's a whole thing. So, but the show, first off, the show handles things pretty good, but also very bad. Like, everything's done tastefully and all that. But all of a sudden, the show is very, like, scripted. Obviously, every show's scripted. But you can tell it's scripted. Because one of the characters is an African-American. And this African-American character named Curtis, he wants there to be some kind of gun registry. But he is kind of like, he's very pro-gun control. Right. And then there's another character whose name is Renee. And Renee is very, nah, I need my guns. Like, I'm pro gun ownership and all that, right? Yeah. So it's funny because they're in the middle of talking and all of a sudden Curtis is like, well, you know what, Renee? As a black man, I'm 3 times as likely to get shot than you are in a regular everyday situation.
Hate it.
Yeah, but
hate it.
And I was like, okay, that's, I guess, a real statistic, but you're just like throwing it out there.
No, like, oh god.
And then the guy looks back at him and he goes, yeah, well, did you know that my right to bear arms helps me protect my family no matter where I am? And I'm just like, God damn it. It's so anyway, but at the end of the show, the Green Arrow is the mayor. Okay. In this show, but people obviously don't know he's the Green Arrow. But in his everyday life, he's the mayor. Oh, okay. Yeah, so he's the mayor, and he's working with these other people within the political scope of his city to come up with a gun registration. Yeah. And how they're going to keep track of guns. And the whole episode is like, well, do we have bigger gun control or do we have more lenient gun control? And it's a whole thing, right? Yeah. And at the end of the episode, he comes up in front of all the people in front of the city hall and he goes, all right, everybody, I just wanted to let you know we have come to a decision. We are passing a law that enacts a gun registry while still respecting the privacy of gun owners in the city. Thank you. And I'm like, what is it? Like, they don't say it. No, they don't say it. But that's the point.
Because they couldn't even come up with a theoretical situation for a show.
But that's my point. Like, and the whole reason I even took the time to say all that is because a whole show tackled this issue. And the reason that I think it did the issue well, like presenting it a little bit, but at the same time, it did such a cop-out, and it was like we found a law that appeases both sides. What's the law? Shut up.
Right? It's sad too, because now we're turning to fictional fucking superhero TV shows for a glimmer of hope, dude. An answer.
How shitty would that be, right? If you watch the show and they did give an answer and Trump was like, oh, that's good. That's good. Give me this man. Bring him in.
Bring him in. This is Ought, people.
Bring him in.
Ought.
Bring in the arrow. He can bring his bow. It's fine.
Okay, man.
Go ahead.
No pun intended. Gun to your head. What the fuck do you do? What law do you pass to? This is a crazy question to ask right now in the middle of a podcast. Like, you're gonna come up with some life-changing solution. What do you offer? Like, what would your plan be? You're addressing the nation. Mm-hmm. You're president. The year is 2037, whatever the fuck. Mm-hmm. You're president. You're addressing the nation. President Alex Chavez has come up with a solution to the gun violence in America. Mm-hmm. Now welcoming President Alex Chavez. What have you thought about it? Anything?
I don't see a solution.
You don't see a solution at all?
At least I don't
Nothing to even test?
I don't see a solution that is going to get the answer that people want, because
of course, no, fuck the people. Like,
no. I know, but why waste our time? Not waste our time. There's definitely something that needs to be done, but every time something a shooting happens, Kimmel comes on, every single talk show host comes on and goes, hey, we need gun control. Is this? They always look at the camera and they go, is this enough, government? Are you going to do something about it now? That happens every single time there's a shooting, right?
Right.
So let's take the shooting in Texas, for example, right? You know what? I'll save that part. But the thing that I think is going to change anything is immediately when the shooting happens, like every shooting, like I said, the TV hosts go, "Are you going to do something about it now?" You know, the Twitter goes like, "Oh, are people finally going to open up and see that we need to have more strict gun control laws?"
Yeah.
And then there are people who are like, "Oh, stop typing. Stop saying you're sending prayers. We need to send letters to our Congress people to do something about the problem."
Yeah.
And then everyone always rallies for gun control and all that, right? But what happened in New York just a little while ago?
Motherfucker drove his car.
Yes. If someone wants to hurt someone,
They're gonna hurt.
They're going to use the tool that is there to use.
Right.
Whether that's a gun, whether it's a car, whether it's a bomb, whether it's a hammer or a knife or a wooden pole or a stick or whatever.
Right.
They're going to grab something and they're going to cause harm to someone.
It's 3 a.m. Your family's home, right?
Yeah.
Someone breaks into your house.
Yeah.
Would you rather they have an assault rifle or a stick?
I'd rather them have a stick, but guess what?
What's up?
They're gonna have the assault rifle if they have just because there's stricter gun laws.
Right.
For good people to get guns.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean bad people aren't gonna be able to get guns.
Right.
Bad people. If you're a bad person, you are going to get a gun. You're going to find a way. You can steal a gun.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy to steal things.
Yeah.
You can go buy an illegal gun, an unregistered gun, and get the gun that goes missing because there's a crooked guy somewhere in that system that takes those guns and resells them somewhere.
It's scary, man.
You know?
It opens up a whole new sector in the black market. But you can always observe. People always say it's important to observe history, but you should also observe the present moment in your neighbors and analyze their success. That's what I think America's problem is. We're too closed-minded in our own beliefs, and we think we're the mecca of what a country should be.
Yeah.
And we just neglect the successes of other countries because they may have not reached some sort of standard.
I think that's just a cultural thing
might
that we all have. Well, because...
Well, let me finish this point. You can, there are plenty of countries in Europe, like Sweden, that have very strict gun laws, like strict gun control. And even New York. It's very hard to get a gun, and look at the statistics of mass shootings they have there. It's a lot of mass stabbings, but dude, I would much rather somebody walking around slinging a pocket knife than a fucking assault rifle.
I personally would rather have someone whip out the pocket knife and someone else be able to return fire and stop that person. That's what I would say. That's me. But, I don't know. I'm very firm in the belief that it's going to happen regardless. And if someone wants to have a big terroristic impact on the world, if someone wants to kill someone, if someone wants to take out people in a church, they're going to do it. It's if we limit them, they're going to find another way to do it. Then all we've done is limit the people who can push back at the bad people. That's how I see it.
That's a good point.
The big thing that I did want to bring up now is the shooting at the church.
Yeah.
And that actually happened in Texas.
Yeah.
That happened in our backyard. Me and Eman were having this conversation that day. This is a story for another podcast because I want to do it closer to when that video is actually going to come out. But me and Eman were part of a shoot for a music video. And after that music video shoot, me and Eman went out to go eat. And while we're eating, we're just talking, we're shooting the shit, and we start talking about the gun control and shootings and all that.
Right.
And Eman said verbatim, he said, "Dude, he said, when's that gonna happen here?" And I said, "It's already happened here." And he goes, "No, I mean, when's it gonna happen here in San Antonio, a mass shooting? And how are people gonna react? Are we gonna shoot back? Is there gonna be, how is that gonna be just politically and all that?" We started talking about it, and we're like, "That's crazy." After that, we go home. We got home, and it was on the news that shooting had actually happened. Yeah. So this, while we were talking about it, was when that shooting was happening.
While we were going over the theoretical situation of what would happen if there was a shooting in San Antonio, there was an active shooter in San Antonio. Yeah. Very, very daunting, man.
So here's my thing. Shootings take place in the area with the least resistance.
Right.
They're going to shoot at a concert because you get checked when you go into a concert.
Right.
They're going to shoot at a movie theater because no one's expecting anything to happen at the movie theater. Everyone's there with their kids, their families, and all that, you know? They're going to shoot at the churches. No one's bringing a church when you're there no one's bringing a gun to church when you're there to pray and to honor your God or whatever, right? So,
well, dude, it's just.
But
anyway, it could be at a picnic at a park.
No, I know that.
No one's checking you, but it's just a mass of people.
No, I know. But the places that they've happened at,
right?
Schools, universities, all that,
yeah,
are places where guns aren't even allowed.
Yeah.
So us making those gun laws stricter is not going to prevent those places from being attacked. If anything,
that's not fact, man.
That's how I feel about it. I'm just telling you, that's how I feel.
Okay.
So I feel, I'll preface it with that. I feel that us having stricter gun laws does not stop that.
Okay.
Now, to go back to the shooting in Texas, something happened that I'm not saying that has never happened at any shooting, but something has happened that at first, and you can go back and you can look at it because I was fucking waiting because I knew it had happened.
Right, yeah.
Not as soon, but after there was enough fire that was being exchanged, someone else returned fire who was across the street from the church.
Mm-hmm.
They returned fire at the gunman, apparently hit the gunman, right?
Mm-hmm.
They hit him. They hit the gunman, and that gunman fled the scene.
Yeah.
And then other individuals pursued. What's up?
I know a little more about it, like in detail.
So, go ahead.
So the gunman pulls up at the church. He begins shooting across the street at the church.
Mm-hmm.
A local neighbor was sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Father. His daughter wakes him up and says, "Dad, someone is shooting at the church next door." So the dad doesn't even get dressed. He just grabs his I forgot what gun he had, but it was an impressive piece of machinery that he had, rifle of some sort. So at this point, by the time the dad gets outside, the gentleman is in the church. I think the gentleman was fleeing the church when he was shot, and he jumped into his car. And at that point, other neighbors had begun to rally, and they all began following him. Well, he began to succumb to his wounds. He calls his dad. The gunman calls his dad and says, "I'm going to die." And he crashes.
But the other civilians were still pursuing him.
Right. Yeah. And he fled the scene and died because he was shot by a civilian who was armed.
Yeah. Great. It's great. That's absolutely fantastic. Now, I bring that up, one, because the obvious answer is that helps my point a little bit, where we don't know if he was going somewhere else to shoot. We don't know if he was going to continue to fire into the town. But because he was shot and he was stopped, we lost, over 20 people's lives. But we potentially made it to where he wasn't going to continue to do it.
Yeah.
Not us, but the gentleman who fired at him. Because he was a legal gun owner, had a gun, and expressed his right to bear that arm and used it to protect his family and the people around him and the people of his community, which is great. Absolutely outstanding. If we should recognize any other thing besides the loss of life there, which is terrible,
right.
But if we should recognize any other thing, it's that man is, and I've seen his interview, he says he's not, but he's a hero for doing that. He stood up for something he believed in. He made the ultimate sacrifice by putting his life on the line. And he didn't make the ultimate sacrifice, but he put his life on the line, which is the biggest thing that you can do to protect anyone.
Definitely.
Now, one, like I said, obviously that helps my point a little bit, where he had a gun and he was able to exercise his right. Now, the other thing is that when early interviews where people were saying this guy was firing at him, there was a neighbor that fired at the gunman, and then they were saying, me and this neighbor pursued this guy, and then he fired, and then people were saying, we saw this guy fire, and the news, some of the local news, like, we believe one member fired. That was all local news happening within the hour. We kept switching over to CNN and Fox, waiting for them to say something about it, and they weren't. After about an hour, a little over the hour, they started reporting about it, CNN and Fox, just about the mass shooting. And obviously, like always, they start bringing in gun control. Even the fucking news media outlets start bringing up the gun control shit. Never once did the media outlets that were talking about gun control bring up that someone with a gun helped stop it. Even after that. Even after it was confirmed.
Not even Fox?
The police, I don't remember. I'll be honest. But after the police came out and said that someone had shot at him, they mentioned it maybe like almost a day later because other people started mentioning it, and it was almost like they had to mention it.
Right.
But they were completely bypassing the fact that the reason the gun laws... I'm sorry, no, not that. But they were bypassing the fact that there is a negative to the guns and there is a positive to the guns. Now, the other thing that needs to be addressed in the situation is that the gentleman who had the guns, he purchased those guns. He bought those guns legally. But because of his branches of military's inability to file the paperwork correctly that said that he should be unfit to have those guns because they didn't do their job, he was able to buy those guns.
Yeah.
So our gun laws didn't stop that because our gun laws weren't sufficient. Our gun laws didn't stop that because that branch of military or that sector, whoever's job it was to do that, was insufficient.
Yeah.
They couldn't do it. Yeah. You know? So I think that kind of needs to be highlighted as well. Love the military and everything. They put their lives on the line for us and all that stuff. But that's also got to be talked about that because of that hiccup somewhere, they cost that many people's lives. You know, that day where that guy came in and maybe didn't want to do his paperwork, or that day that he was lazy or whatever, or maybe he was dealing with something, or maybe he was sick.
Human error.
Yeah, but that time that happened cost not money or anything. It cost lives. Lives.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's just something that needs to be mentioned as well.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. It's a huge arc of responsibility placed on somebody.
But I'm sorry, but the point I was trying to make, in case I didn't make it clear enough, was that the gun laws, even if they're stricter, can lay victim to human error.
Yeah.
Can lay
everything.
Can lay victim to, oh, we weren't in it that day, or oh, hey, it was Christmas evening. I put a check on everything and I just did it so I could go get home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anything can happen. So the point is that if it can happen, it will happen. And if there's an inkling of something happen, we're not going to have a solution where everybody's like, I want people to stop dying.
Yeah.
So here's the law. No one dies anymore. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen regardless.
But look, man, perfection is impossible, especially in this world.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers get flu vaccines and still get the flu. You know what I'm saying? So we shouldn't outlaw flu vaccines. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, I read something really interesting. The right to bear arms was made at the same convention where it was made legal to deem a black person 3/5 of a human being. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, it's a very, very outdated system we're going off of, and it's a much different world, my friend. Yeah. With much different weaponry.
No, I get that because
let me finish. And the fact that we're not even revamping or revitalizing or revisiting anything, we're just sitting on our morals. It almost seems like a bit of pride or ego is clouding people's judgment as to how this thing should be handled, man. It's like no one, I'm Texas as they come. I have shotguns. I have, most of my friends own guns. My dad wants to own a gun. No one is saying that guns should be totally outlawed, especially in a nation that already has them. That's some cartoon shit. So what guns need
to be outlawed?
Just assault rifles.
What's an assault rifle?
I can't come up with a solution right now, but things should just be reanalyzed.
I know what you mean. And I'm not saying you in general, but just the term assault rifle is so broad. Yeah. It's very... An assault rifle can be a hunting rifle if it's assaulting something. Right. You know what I mean? So, but
I get you. It's not automatic. You know what I mean? With a fucking banana clip, and you don't go hunting deer with an AK-47. So it's literally a killing machine. You know what I'm saying?
So my thing is that I do understand what you're saying to an extent, because to be absolutely fair, and I read this somewhere, I can't remember what it was, but when you were given the right to bear arms. That was also during a time where bearing arms was a gun that fired once and took like 30 seconds to reload. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it was like, boom.
Exactly. Powder.
Boom.
It took like, what, 3 minutes? 1 to 3 minutes on average. I believe one if you were like an elite Navy SEAL type fighter.
I remember I read it where like they could get it down to like 1, or it might have been lower than that. But I just remember... in today's standard, where you can fire, where you can have a 9mm magazine shoot like 9 or 10 bullets or whatever, and then back then they would shoot one bullet in like 5 times the time it takes to shoot any other gun.
It's just funny as hell, dude.
Yeah, I think it was faster to shoot bows. It was faster to shoot an arrow than to shoot those guns.
Honestly, dude.
I don't know why we switched. But yeah,
it's a crazy ass, really complex topic, and we're still judging it with the same mindset we have in 18 whatever the fuck. It's so stupid. And if you can't even see that, my friend, which I know you probably can, but if a lot of people out there can't even see that, then dude, it's obviously ego or something clouding your judgment.
Yeah, no, there are definitely some people who just think with I want to be right, not with I want to get new information.
Or these damn liberals or whatever the hell.
Yeah, and I was gonna say earlier when you were talking about like how America thinks so highly of themselves.
Yeah,
I think it's just a thing where people don't want to be proven wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it would. You know, and you know what, we've said this exact thing before. Now, when people have a conversation or when people are debating, they listen to rebuttal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they listen to say what they think and tell you that you're wrong. They don't listen to go, okay, I can see your point. Yeah. Okay, I can understand that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, I went over there and I got like dust in my mouth or something. Sorry.
No, you're good.
But Eman, let's kind of transition a little bit.
All right, yeah, I feel you.
Go to something a little less heavy. And we do have some stuff that's a little less heavy. But before we get there,
yeah, man,
it's that time again. It's that time for our favorite segment here on Break Time. And that would be...
Hold on, man. Are you feeling okay, man? You seem like your energy's low or some shit. I mean, I know you've been like...
I do feel tired, Eman.
Yeah, man.
Almost like I need energy.
That's odd. I might have just the solution this week.
Really?
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. It's almost like this would be the vitamin of the week.
Oh, wow. Thank you, man.
Vitamins of the week. Oh. I really want to make that into a song.
Dude, I'm waiting, man.
I want to do that whole thing.
I am waiting, my friend.
My friend,
baby. Okay.
So, Eman, what do we have this week?
This week, my friend, we have zinc.
Wow.
Listen, if you have...
Amazing.
Okay, I can't do this.
Sorry, go ahead.
If you have a penis...
Which most men and women do these days.
It's 2017. And 2 testicles sitting under those penis. Under that penis.
Under what?
Under those penis.
Those penis.
Under that penis.
If you got multiple peni. Okay.
If you have the ability to grow a beard, if you have a relatively deep voice,
I do.
If you carry more muscle naturally than the average human being, if you are a man,
debatable,
you need to hook up with fucking zinc. Probably the most important.
Tell us more.
Hey man, people are actually into this shit, dude.
I know, but this is the bit. This is how I act every time.
Fuck
I'm
that.
a character.
Hey, but let me finish the sentence.
Go ahead.
It's
Tell us more.
Zinc.
Go ahead. I won't interrupt you.
You sure?
At least for 30 seconds.
Hey, if you know one more time, bro, I'm cutting it. Zinc is extremely important for the raising and maintaining of testosterone levels. Testosterone, if you don't know, is the hormone that makes you a man. A lot of bodybuilders take testosterone. A lot of bodybuilders take zinc. A lot of athletes take zinc. A lot of men should take zinc. It's going to increase the fertility and the semen count in the testicles.
Does this one also help with my boner?
Fuck yeah. And your sex drive.
Ooh, I like to drive sex.
Dog. I've had to get off of this shit, man. At times. This is the fucking part where I probably what's that called? I indict myself.
Yeah.
Dude, because I just become a fucking... Louis C.K. had a bit about this. Louis C.K., god damn it, not a good person to reference right now. Louis C.K. had a bit about this. He was saying how being a man, it sucks because your sex drive is so naturally high.
He knows that better than anyone right now.
I know, right? That you like your thoughts are sometimes polluted by fucking these sexual thoughts, right?
Oh my god, that's what's happening, bro.
What are you talking about?
You're turning to Louis C.K.
Shut up, man.
You're dressing like an old man. You got a sex drive like an old man.
Dude, Louis C.K. dresses more modern than I do, bro.
Your dick is white. I'm kidding.
Shut the fuck up.
I mean, tell us more.
So, yeah, man, I've had to like ease up on this shit, dude, because my sex drive has been crazy.
On zinc.
On zinc, my friend.
Zinc.
On zinc. I take a lot of it, more than the recommended dosage.
Okay.
It's gonna help with brain function. It's gonna help with sex drive. Testosterone is gonna boost that bitch like crazy, my friend.
1 or 2?
You can take 2. Actually, take 1 because it might make you nauseous.
Okay.
But you'll be asleep by then.
Great.
Yeah, man. And it's one of the best antioxidants, and it's gonna boost the fuck out of your immune system. It's amazing when it comes to cellular regeneration.
Swallow, right?
Swallow, my friend. Yeah. It's one of the best when it comes to cellular regeneration.
Water went up my nose.
It's gonna if you notice that you have a lot of pimples going on, bro, you're probably deficient in zinc.
Really?
Yeah, it's just a mineral, my friend.
Wow.
Huge.
Cool.
Huge.
Awesome.
So get yourself some zinc. Especially if you're a man. Women also have some great benefits.
Yeah.
It'll have
your
skin,
vagina will fly.
True shit. You will your skin will look really nice. So that's one of the big noticeable things about zinc. So yeah, man, zinc's really awesome shit. I love it. Love it.
Thank you, Eman. Is there anything else you need to say about zinc before we end out this episode of Vitamins of the Week?
That's really...
Wow! Anyway, thank you very much for enjoying that segment of Vitamins of the Week. We want to thank our sponsor, Zinc, for this episode. But now we'll get back on track. Now that I'm all zinced up and I have the sex drive of the Weinstein variety, and that probably wasn't the best joke to make. Anyway, I have one other topic before I get into this other topic that I think is going to take longer, so I'll just touch on this previous one really quick.
What is it, my friend?
Tyrese is being a bitch.
Tyrese is out here tripping, dog.
Yeah. Next topic. So
fuck no. Let's touch on that shit, bro. You don't want to get into it?
I would have gone on to the next thing. Well, because I really want to hit this one. We're already almost at an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Tyrese though.
Okay.
For a second.
Talk about Tyrese for a second.
Tyrese is out here tripping, bro.
Tyrese is always tripping. He needs some new shoes.
You're so corny, dog. Tyrese is really out here tripping. It's humiliating. I've only seen
down to $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me? Oh, shit.
Soundbite of the year.
Oh,
and the internet is so ruthless, man. The internet is so ruthless. He was a meme within minutes.
Did that happen before Halloween or after?
After.
I feel like it was after. Oh.
You would have done some shit?
I would have done something.
You can't. Your options are limited, man. You can't do blackface.
That's true. You can't do blackface. Man, I would have made you be Tyrese. I would have bought you the sweatshirt. Just we've been walking around.
A little ball.
My baby.
Himself.
And I
shake little rocks. Who the fuck loves their kid that much?
Obviously not that much, because you can see when he was rubbing on it, it's cheap as shit. You can hear it crinkling. You can hear the cardboard fucking.
Got the goddamn Walmart press on letters and shit. Come on, man, put in some effort. Trying to win a court case
it's
here,
all,
bro.
Falling off.
Trying to win a court case. Come on, Tyrese.
Yeah, not the best thing to do when you're trying to show that you're competent and need your kid.
Honestly, dude. Honestly.
But yeah,
he's all matted up though. I'm buying it.
You're buying it? I'm not.
I'm buying it.
I think it's all just
taking it with a grain of salt, of course. But I'm definitely
nah. When it comes out that he was, when it was all just a ploy so he could get Fast and the Furious, his own spin-off movie, and then he wanted to be in Transformers 17 or whatever. I ain't buying it. I just think he's so used to the attention that he has, not getting enough attention, so he's acting out. I think
this has never been his character, man. I've been into the dude.
We don't
before
know that
Transformers.
he's been too comfortable.
No, but I've been into the dude before Transformers, man.
Yeah, but now he's falling off a little bit. He's dealing with this other shit,
This is
maybe people were turning their back on him because of the allegations that they were making against him.
Okay, I'll say this. Go
ahead.
I'll play both sides real quick and just state my piece so we can move on.
Go ahead.
So this is me being on his side. Mental illness triggered by stress. When you suffer from it, it is Russian roulette with the huge amount of shit they could put you on. It's really Russian roulette. They say, oh, try this and come back next week and let me know how you feel. Sometimes you might not make it back next week because the drug makes you kill yourself. You fucking go crazy with these drugs sometimes.
That's true.
And it's very obvious in his fucking behavior. I don't care if you haven't been following him at all, dude. That's not normal behavior. The breakdowns, the shit, and obviously court battle. He's not getting paid till 2021 or whatever the fuck. Some shit could have happened. He could have really been prescribed some shit that really had a bad effect on him. So I give him that. Also, this is me playing devil's advocate. He's going through a court case. It's very clear this is not an act. He must love his daughter. He has to love his daughter. I think he really wants to get his daughter.
I think he loves that Starbucks and Benihana's in his backyard.
He doesn't beg to differ, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Listen, man. Listen. Whatever the reason is, he wants his daughter.
Shit going on.
Well, let me play.
I heard on the Brilliant Idiots that he has a statue. He has a statue of Optimus Prime. It doesn't matter.
It was given to him.
But how like you have to have a certain amount of ego to have that set up somewhere at your house, man. He could have donated it. He could have given it away or something.
Oh my god! I walk into your goddamn room. It looks like a Marvel museum,
bro.
My friend,
that's stuff that like
if somebody donated to you a giant, like authentic as fuck Captain America shield, I would see that shit somewhere on your property, my friend.
It would. It wouldn't be my front yard.
Yes, it would.
No, it wouldn't. I'd ruin it.
I'd ruin it. I'd back the car into it.
I'll be looking at it too much.
Well, let me finish that real quick.
Go ahead.
He's trying to win a court case.
Yeah.
He's been freaking out. Either his lawyer or his PR person came out and said, brother motherfucking man, what are you doing? We're trying to win a court case here. You got to have your daughter back. Either because you really love her or it looks good and Hollywood people are going to want to cash you more. Whatever the fuck the reason is.
That's why I told you.
It's neither here or there. He wants his daughter back. So they contacted him and said, dude, you're fucking up, man. We got to make up a story. I mean, you almost threw this shit away with the recent freakouts. What are we going to do? Dude, I was let there. My fans, I want to apologize.
Yep.
I was recently prescribed benzinidone and
benzinidone,
whatever the fuck. It's been messing me up.
I was prescribed Zimadome by Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimdale Dimmadome. How did you know I was gonna say that?
When you said Dimmadome,
obscure reference.
Prescribed by Doug
Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Hi, I'm Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
God damn.
Blubber nuggets. Chewy.
Oh,
we were talking about that at work today. We were laughing our ass off forever, man. Serena, we're talking, and I don't know if she wants me to say this. We're talking today at work.
Go ahead.
And we're watching. We're at lunch and we're joking around about that Doug Dimmadome.
Right.
And Serena, she was watching clips of Doug Dimmadome on YouTube, and then she clicked on a clip of Jimmy Neutron that was like in the related, and she just looks at me and she goes, I had a crush on Jimmy Neutron when I was younger. Whoa. And I was like, why? Do you want to sit on his head? Like what's going on there?
Whoa, what was her reasoning?
She didn't even tell me. I think we just laughed about it and we kept going. I need to ask her. I need to follow up on that.
You didn't follow up?
No, I need to be like, why'd you have a crush on Jimmy Neutron?
Because like a lot of motherfuckers had a crush on like Lola Rabbit or whoever what's that girl's name?
Yeah, those people are weird. I don't remember. But I know the rabbit you're talking about.
But it's like, even as a cartoon character, she just looks bad as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she is very
What's the attraction to Jimmy Neutron?
Jimmy Neutron? He had a little body and a big head.
And a big ass head. Oh, it's a metaphor. Oh,
dang, that's why she likes me. Anyway, so I wanted to get into this for a little bit real quick. So Eman, me and you, we're similar, but we're different. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like we're similar. Like we both like a good read every once in a while. We're both movie aficionados. We both like a good video game and shit. We both like conversation, but then we're different because I'm straight, you're not. I got facial hair, you can't grow any. I dress normal, you're you. And so we're different in a few ways,
Yeah, man.
And one of the things that I thought
I'm very straight, by the way.
One of is his opposite day. I'm kidding. Opposite day. No, that means I'm gay.
Yes.
So one of the different things about us is how we enjoy our time. Sometimes we're different. Sometimes we're the same in that. But I thought it was something I want to talk about how your moral compass affects how you might hang out with friends, how you go out and party, and all this kind of stuff. So, in case you don't kind of follow what I'm saying, because it might be a little, I guess, confusing with the way I'm phrasing it, but we're all brought up, we're all raised with a certain moral compass, and sometimes that moral compass can be great, like, hey, respect women, open up doors for people when you're going out to eat or just at the gas station or whatever, you know. Hey, if your mom's stopping for gas, get out, pump the gas for her, don't make her get out of the car, things like that, you know.
Right.
Then you can have bad morale set, like, hey, it's okay to hit women. Hey, if someone's mouthing off to you, just punch, deck them. You know, do whatever. Right?
Yeah.
So different people. You know, not everyone's bad, not everyone's good. You know, there's definitely a middle. Anyway, but I wanted to bring it up because Eman, the way that with his moral compass, his makeup, the way he was raised, he definitely hangs out, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the way he was raised, maybe just the way he learned throughout his schooling and all that stuff. But he likes to hang out, and you'll go out, you'll indulge in a drink or two.
Right.
We'll go hang out. You want to go to parties, you want to dance, you want to do all that stuff. Yeah. Me, that doesn't appeal to me at all. And with my moral compass, I'll sit down, I'll go to the movies, I'll go hang out, like with Serena or somebody. I'll go have dinner or whatever. That's me. Like, that's how I will hang out.
Right.
Like, Iman's like, hey, y'all want to do something this weekend? And he might go to a party or something. I'll say, hey, do you want to hang out this weekend? And I'll be boring, and I'll go to Chili's. But so I just wanted to get your viewpoint on it, like how you do that, and then kind of bounce back and see how, like, maybe like how I feel about what I do and why I maybe do that kind of stuff and why you do.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah.
Man, I'm gonna take it to a fucking anatomical level, bro. Gonna get into a little psychology, my friend. Whoop, 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 whoop. So, coming up, dude, I was always like the sexy black guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was just the sexy black guy. I don't even think I'm that fucking attractive, but I was the sexy, like, cool black guy, right?
Yeah, you were.
And so I was kind of like at an early stage taken in by like the popular crowd. You know what I mean? Come on, I can't. Come on.
Okay.
I was like taken in by the popular crowd.
You were taken in by the popular crowd. I remember that.
It was cool. It was cool.
I remember being left behind. But go ahead.
Left behind?
Yeah.
Nah, fuck that.
Yeah. No, not by you. But by like you're with the popular kids, and I was like, okay, I'll be here and talk about Yu-Gi-Oh with these guys.
Oh no, dude, I hung out with you more than anything. But...
No, we did, but we definitely had like when we were in cliques, we were definitely in different cliques.
Right? Yeah.
Like I was in the nerdy clique,
yeah,
and you were in the cooler clique.
Right.
So, but go ahead.
And so within that crowd, I was always they're a crowd that does that kind of shit. Not that they're a bad crowd. It's just that's included in their realm of what fun is.
Yeah.
So me early on, I've always had that perspective. My parents, they've always, like to throw parties and shit. Always host parties here. That's what we do. We cook, we chill in the backyard, listen to music, we dance and shit. That's always just how it's been with us. Should I say this in the podcast?
You can be general about it. You don't gotta say it in detail.
Fuck it, I'll say it. The first time I got drunk, it was with my parents. You know what I mean? At a party.
Why would you not want to say that?
I don't want to like make my parents look any kind of bad on the podcast.
Nah, bro.
Because no one knows my parents. I don't want the only thing to know is the first time we got drunk was with his fucking parents.
No, I mean just personally, just to put it out there, I think that's better for your first time to get drunk to be at home.
Oh yeah,
with your parents.
Right.
So at least you're.
That was like your first time getting drunk too, right?
Yeah. So that way you're supervised. They can kind of show you. They can kind of teach you about it. So that way you don't go into a situation and then you're completely ignorant and you get shit faced. And that's why you have kids who go get shit faced and then break the law, or kids that die, or girls that get date raped and shit because they go and all of a sudden it's their first time being experienced to these things, and they're just exposed to everything and they don't know what to do. And what do you do when you have a bunch of new stuff that's around you? You indulge
with no guidance as to how to navigate through it at all.
You kind of just abuse it. But go ahead.
Friend,
but I think that's good. I had the same experience with that. But go ahead.
Perfect. My friend though, but I think my parents killed it when they were raising me. As far as raising me, my siblings as well, I think they did a fucking great job, my friend. Because I look at just how I don't know, I think it's because they also had the perspective that I had growing up where they were partying young and they just knew how to navigate life because they had experienced a lot of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when it came to any topic, they sort of could lend some sort of experience on it.
Definitely.
So they knew that me partying at, 15 or whatever the hell and getting a little buzz with them is not going to kill me. It's not going to ruin anything. So that's what they did. But I had friends whose parents maybe grew up straight edge or just went overboard with it and got addicted at some point. And whatever the reason, they just did not want their kid doing it at all. don't even look at beer. Give me your phone. Give me your fucking phone. You can't go out this weekend. And those people I dated a girl who her parents were like that, super fucking strict. Every chance she got, my friend, she would always go to a party, always get fucked up and want to have some wild, crazy story for the following day.
Yeah.
Because to her, that lifestyle was a rare commodity.
It was appealing.
Exactly. It was new. It was rare.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and she had no idea of what it was. It was just exciting. It was just these new fucking emotions as a teenager. Yeah. And me, I already experienced that and had wisdom invoked upon me and knew how to handle a situation like that. So it was, to me, it was like, oh, it's cool. It's a party this weekend. I've been there, done that.
People always create the things that they fear.
Yeah.
So they don't want their daughter to go out and drink and do all these other things and like be involved in those things.
Yeah.
They fear that. They don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
So because you shelter someone so much, they become that because then it's something that they were never exposed to. And then, like I said, if you're never exposed to something and all of a sudden it's there, you abuse it. You're gonna just go like ham on it, essentially.
Right.
But anyway, that's just what I wanted to say about it.
Fuck, you're absolutely right. But so to round it back though, so I'd experienced that. I have perspective on it, my friend, and when it comes to that world, it's what I grew up doing. I just enjoy it. So that's why I'm like always pressing you about. Sure, you think it's fun to like go to the movies, just go to Chili's, just real intimate, simple shit. I used to be the same exact way, my friend, which is why I'm so adamant about saying like, dude, just come to one party with me.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, if it's still not your thing,
it's not. It's not, and this is kind of getting into me real quick, and I'll bounce back into that. But let me just say what I do.
Do you think?
So, like kind of like Eman mentioned, I wasn't brought up like hey, don't drink, but I also wasn't brought up like, hey, let's party. I was like somewhere in the middle.
Right.
And somehow I just fell just on a completely. I had to pick a side, and I just picked the side of not really gonna indulge in that, not really gonna be my thing. Now the reason that I don't, and is because let me put it this way, man. I would love to go to a party with you and hang out. I'd love to go to a party with my friends. I've gone drinking with my friend. I've never gotten like shit faced or anything.
Right, same.
But like I'll go out drinking. I love a good drink. Like I'm a very like slower drinker where I really want something that tastes good or that I like or But the reason I don't want to go to a party, the reason I don't want to go anywhere and maybe drink with someone like Serena, the reason that I kind of avoid those situations right now is because, and this is on my moral side and this is on just the other side. Like, let me put it this way. We had the conversation about drinking on the podcast. Yeah. And we can totally do that because as of right now, and not to like embarrass you or whatever, because I don't know, some people think it's embarrassing. No. But as of right now, you're not 21.
I wouldn't want to do it on the podcast because I'm not 21.
Yeah, and I know you didn't bring it up like to do it right now, but I'm like, dude, when you're 21, it would be great if we could do some drinking stuff on the podcast. Definitely. Maybe like bring in, do some games with that, or maybe just like drink to kind of loosen up, help conversation flow, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's great. But I wouldn't do that now. But that, in a very similar vein, that's why I don't want to go to parties right now. Yeah, because I know there are going to be people there that shouldn't be doing what they're doing. Huh. And that's just me. I just don't feel that that's right, and I don't want to be involved in that. If just my moral compass tells me laws are there for a reason, things are there for a reason. I've read a lot of stories. I've known people who get affected by that, who are alcoholics because they started drinking at a really young age, or who have gotten killed because they've done stupid shit while they're drunk, or have lost someone because they've done stupid things while they're drunk. So for me, that's something where I've grown up with not the expectation, but I've grown up with being slightly exposed to, hey, these are the reasons why these rules are kind of here, and this is why you should be careful about it. So I'm all for it. Mm-hmm. I will go drink, I will go hang out, but I just can't do it right now because I know right now me and you are both at a weird age where some people that we hang out with are younger, right, and some people that we hang out with are older. Right now, not everyone in our friends group is all on the same level. You know what I mean? So, like I'm not saying I'll wait this long, but I'm saying like in 3 or 4 years when everyone is like now 21, then it's a lot easier to go, hey, I'll go with you and go hang out with all the people from high school, all the people that we know.
Club or something.
Yeah, and that's fine. But like, I don't want to be the guy standing there, and something happens, and I'm like, I could have prevented that, or I could have like not been here and have been a part of that, or I don't want to be the guy where the cops walk up and I am the adult and I'm in the middle of all of these kids, quote unquote, fucking around. You know what I mean?
It's a very responsible thing.
Yeah.
Man.
But that's just me. And obviously, I don't fault you at all for not having that mindset. That's just me. That's how I was brought up.
Definitely.
And that's how I'm like, so that's why I'm like, I'm going to stay away from that for right now. But if you're doing it, that's totally fine. That's your thing.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you're going to experience things however you want to experience it.
Of course.
But just right now, for me, I feel like there's a time and place for it. And I waited for my time to do it out and in public and with friends and all that. And I just feel like if other people can't do that, that's fine. But I'm not going to, because you can do whatever you want.
Right.
But I'm not going to indulge in your thing. But I'm also, so that way I don't feel forced to indulge if I don't believe that you should be doing it. But also, I don't want you to feel forced to indulge in my beliefs and feel like I'm going to force you into my beliefs.
Yeah, man. Dude, look, I'll be honest, that's some prudish shit, but I respect the hell out of it because it's a very valid point.
That's my thing. Like, I understand that, but I know.
No, it's a very valid point. And prude not being a bad thing, not being a good thing, it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that, man. Like, one thing that I've always noticed about you is, so pretty much if you were to go to a party and totally just, you know, disregard everything that you just said right now and just say fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, that's not something that's, like, in your DNA. I've noticed that about you. You've never been a fuck it type of guy. Yeah. Even though you might joke about it and say, like, oh, fuck, who gives a fuck? Like, you've never truly been
if I say fuck it,
a fuck it type of guy.
I know, but if I say fuck it, it's because I'm either really pissed off.
Yeah.
Or, like, something's just, like, I'm going through something.
Right.
I'm not like that. Like, I worry about everything. Like, I'm constantly thinking about everything.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Like Serena, you know, like, Serena will go do something or she'll go hang out with people, and you know, I'll do the regular like, hey, text me when you get there, hey, just let me know if you're okay or whatever, right? And I try not to be over how do you put it, like, I don't want to overextend myself if she's doing her thing or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely not the type of person where I'm like, oh yeah, go do your thing, whatever, just fuck off. Like, you know.
Yeah.
I'm very much like okay, that's great, go have fun. Just let me know where you're going to be and what time you're going to be there. Like, that's it. Like, I'm not going to be like, hey, text me every 10 minutes. Yeah. But I'm going to be like, hey, I would just like to know that you're okay. You know, that's just me. Because I would do the same thing. Like, if you were doing something and I thought it might be like that, but I'm just like that with anybody that I'm close to. I'm definitely like, hey, I just, you know, because Trina kind of put it this way, like, I'll take on a dad role or something.
You do. Look, man, I want to bring it full circle, though.
Go ahead.
So, like, I mean, I'm probably the exact opposite, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And
we're talking about two extremes here, and they could be a tragic flaw at some point. You know what I'm saying? But like, even like, let's say fucking, if there's not a governing body, you're the guy to always step up and want to govern shit. Not that I'm saying you have a hunger for power, but it's just in your DNA. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, if we're in a classroom and the teacher fucking steps out for a second and the class starts getting crazy, like, you'd be the guy to go, hey guys, chill out, guys, relax.
I wouldn't go that far.
Just theoretically.
I get it. I get what you're saying.
Something along those lines.
Let me put you better this way. If like, because I get that, or like you're saying, but I feel like that's always the guy that nobody likes that gets up and goes, hey guys, they stepped out.
Like, because you're like, you're a down ass motherfucker. Like, you're not gonna snitch. Like, that's why I fuck with you still. You know what I'm saying?
No. I'm the guy where if the teacher steps out of the room, I'm not gonna give a shit about what they do.
Right.
But if somebody, like, let's say we're in science, right? Somebody knocks over the test tubes and they go everywhere. Yeah. Right. I'm gonna be the guy who gets up and goes, hey, us three are gonna clean that. You are going to go tell her that he tripped on his way from the pencil sharpener. Okay. Like, I'm gonna be the guy who's gonna come up with a solution really fast. Right. Like, hey guys, let's band together and let's do this.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not saying I'm just gonna lie about everything, but I'm just saying, like, just theoretically, I'm the one who's gonna step up and be like, hey guys, here's the solution. Let's all just work together and just figure this out now.
Exactly. So it's just in your DNA, man. At some point, there's a certain level of control that you have over situations that are not controlled at all. Yeah. At a house party, which is what is attracted to, which is why it's such an attractive environment to some people, because it is the ultimate place of fucking chaos.
Yes, yeah. Man.
You'll walk up, you might see a fight in the driveway, two passed out drunk bitches in the yard. Walk in, the motherfucker snorting cocaine right there.
I haven't gotten in yet. I haven't gotten in the house.
Exactly.
If I was in that situation with you,
level of chaos, my friend.
Yeah. See, if I was in that situation with you, I would have walked up, I would have saw the fight, and I would have been like, are we going to do something about that? Like we need to, or...
I've always been the guy to break up fights. Yeah.
Or I would ignore the fight, and I would go, oh my God, these girls are passed out right here in the yard. We got to help them. You know?
And there are guys like that at the party, but like, I made it sound way more savage than it fucking is. Like, it's not that crazy, but
Eman's like, and there's a girl hanging by her tendons from the ceiling fan, swinging around. Little Eddie's walking around with the fingers of his last victim.
But you know what I'm saying? It's the ultimate level.
The dog is raping the cat.
Of chaos, my friend.
Yeah.
And so you being in that environment, you might not get the full appreciation of it. You know what I'm saying? It may hit you in a different way.
Yeah.
Until you get some liquid courage in you, but I mean that's just totally
maybe I think I would
throwing away everything you stand for, which is
Yeah.
also why people like drinking so much. But that's a whole different conversation, though.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
would love to get into that conversation next week. That actually sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
Because there is a level of you drink to not be yourself and to be someone else, but then you're kind of cheating yourself.
Yeah.
Or you're either cheating yourself because you're gonna become someone else that you're not normally.
Yeah.
Or you're cheating yourself because that's who you actually are, and who you are normally is not who you are. You know?
Yes.
Like that's it's either like this is who you are, and then you blur the lines of what's right and wrong because your brain's not all there when you're drunk.
Right.
Or
your true
self comes out and you're cheating yourself because this is the mask you put on to be socially accepted or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So, but that's a teaser for next week's episode of Break Time. Thank you guys very much for tuning into this episode of Break Time. I hope you enjoyed it. We obviously missed an episode or so. Things come up, but we should be just fine. We're gonna have this episode done. We have some really interesting ideas for another few episodes that we're going to have. Stay tuned. Check everything out. Check out all the new videos that we got coming out, and we hope you enjoy it. Eman, is there anything else you want to say before we close out this episode? Eman, is there anything else you want to say before we close out this episode of Break Time?
Never is, my friend. Never is. Just be safe, people. Love each other, goddamn. Proceed through life with your head held high, your chest poked out, and fuck it as your mantra.
And for my other people, live life sheltered, covered in your room. I'm kidding. No. Guys, have a great day, night, whenever you're watching this. Don't cry on Instagram over your legal battles or your money problems. And don't listen to Tyrese's newest album, I guess. But guys, thank you very much for tuning into this episode, and we will catch you next time.
Yeah.